We got a second season of a series because the first season was successful.
I think one of the most fascinating things working on this is that there were two very sort of different directing styles.
We divided into two halves, and Rick Boda took the first block of 3 episodes, and Mike took the back 3.
Rick was trying to tackle a lot of the action stuff. The back 3, it's more about relationships, and it's everyone sort of figuring out who they are, where they fall into place.
It was like the first scene of the morning, and I first started playing the scene. Jesse and I were running the lines for rehearsal, and I was playing it with so much like anger and so much resentment. And then Rick, he does this thing where he'll like take your shoulders, and it's very like authoritative. Yes, sir. He was like, take a couple deep breaths and really think about what's just happened. You've lost a life. That's your fault. And he walked away.
I'm a director that likes watching how the actors are going to move in the space, what the operators need, what the set requires.
I love Michael McGowan. I think he's a great leader. He works with each department so well.
There's things you want to try and improve on it, but there's also a look that was established that we need to maintain.
The palette inside Pretty Lake was more desperate. I would call it bruised fruit. It was about the decay of Pretty Lake. Some of the reference that I used for Between was really taking it to the street and looking at street fashion. Winter played a big part of that, and the way people dressed and so forth, but also kind of that pre-millennial age group from 12 to 22.
With contemporary projects, I usually do tend to reference contemporary culture and fashion. Renee, she was a special one, and I knew that she could be very magical from the beginning. Leanne developed her hair first, and really for me, all of the pieces that I did sort of complemented this extraordinary hairdo that Leanne created. Because of the Horde and the concept behind this group of people being sort of like renegade band of survivalists, I thought we could do something kind of, outside the norm.
Brenda, with costumes, it really defined a look that was sort of a bit Mad Max, but a Pretty Lake interpretation of it. So working with the cinematographer, I mean, to me, it's probably the central relationship of actualizing the project, because they're the ones that sort of dictate the pace of the show, the look of the show, and how and oftentimes you're going to execute what's on the page.
We have an Arri Mini, which is a small little box-like camera, but we can put it on our Movi, and the Movi is a stabilizing system that can achieve shots that are more like crane that's handheld by a person. It's very smooth, but you can go up and down, you can run, you can throw it to another person as they catch. You can do all kinds of weird things.
We're predominantly a location shoot, and we're shooting outside of this city for the most part in the regions, and that's a big trek back and forth every day for everyone.
Taking over a whole main street of a small town, the whole prep period for that is quite involved. On this show, the biggest challenge obviously was weather, being a winter show.
For a cinematographer, bad weather it looks better than anything else.
I'm not going to be a baby about it, but I think that my character is the only character that doesn't have, as they say in Canada, toque.
This is Canada that we shoot Between in, and it is really cold. It is so cold, and I am so cold all the time, and actually physically, that's probably the hardest part about it.
I usually wear snow pants, so now that I'm on set and I'm not wearing snow pants, I definitely notice the cold more.
I think this set's actually quite unique for how much fun we seem to have while standing in the cold for 10 hours at a time to film some scenes. But I think it comes from, this set, unique to others, there's no like divas, there's no prima donnas, everybody's happy to be here, happy to be working, and we all get along really well. We have a ton of fun.
It's really nice being able to work with everyone in the cast, and it feels like a really good family, because a lot of sets you don't get that kind of fun environment.
I think the cast is so dynamic. I think each person has something really special and really unique to offer.
Everybody deeply cares about the show. It's not just a job for anybody involved.
I'm impressed with where things are at right now, and I'm excited by it, and I keep getting surprised each time I watch a new cut or new pages were turned in, like, ooh, that's good, And so when the hairs on the back of your neck are still going up and you're getting the goosebumps, it's that to me is a good sign and a good thing.